So I'm going to give you a little sneak preview of the Aloft brand. And the next slide is a video as well, but I think I will wait till the end if there is enough time to show that slide. That's the YouTube video. So Starwood Hotel and Resorts History and Framework. Well, we all know about Starwood and that it, emphasizes brand authenticity, creating differentiated, world-class brands. Each brand has a specific theme. Each one is, detailed to the T with the idea and the concept that it was built around. And of course, driving operational excellence and inspirational service. Starwood wants to be one of the most, or had wanted to be the most innovative hotels out there, and so they have a lot of the market share. And now, well, although Marriott has purchased Starwood, they still continue to flourish as of right now. So there's quite a few definitions of phrases that you hear about the Aloft. A vision of the W, space by design, focus service. Well, what is the Aloft? So it's a Starwood brand hotel, and it's definitely ahead of its curve in using technology to create these guest experiences that no other hotel has even used before. They are, and you'll hear it several times, the pioneers of technology advancements in the hotel industry, which has been huge. Demographics, business, travelers, millennials, families, in particular, Aloft San Francisco Airport is mainly targeted towards business travelers, who take up about 75% of the arriving guests. It's the world's largest growing hotel chain. That's right, it's #1, and it is to paraphrase all of the adjectives that they have for this hotel. It is urban inspired, open design, and provides a destination sensation that redefines select service hotels. And I think that encompasses the fact that they are emphasizing that they want to be a redefined version of select service hotels rather than just the standard, and the concept was created in 2005. They opened up in Montreal in 2008, and their goal was anytown, anywhere. So we've seen global growth, over 100 hotels in 16 different countries, and it's under TripAdvisor's top 10 trendiest hotels. And so here is just a perfect example of the current projects as of March 17th that they are investing in, and you can notice that the curve of the time that they're going to be, producing so many of these hotels will, kind of start slowing down by 2019, because they have centered themselves everywhere. I mean, 3 projects in Latin America, 1 project in Africa, 13 in the Middle East. That's not even counting, all of the areas that are in India and New Zealand. So they're going to be a powerful market. They really are. So differentiation, style out of steel. It's easy to define the Loft Hotel as being differentiated because of their obvious uniqueness. The uniqueness stems from what I'll talk about a little later is the psychological approach towards targeting people. This is the hotel of the future. I believe it. A lot of people don't understand that, and so that's where it has its pitfalls. But using a psychological approach to develop a concept of a hotel that will exactly fit the needs of the future next generation travelers is pretty remarkable. And of course, it's hip and trendy. There's live music, SPG receptions, big on loyalty. And I had this quote: infused with the DNA of the W. Aloft will offer a total sensory experience with guest lofts featuring 9-foot ceilings and oversized windows to create bright, airy environment. The centerpiece of the room would be ultra comfortable signature beds, etc., etc. And so it's a very open type of hotel, meaning that they want to almost encourage interaction between guests rather than it just being a hotel and complete strangers. So that's kind of neat. Bringing innovative technology to hospitality as the pioneers. One of their key things, of course, to retouch on is technology. And for example, smartphone enabled room services. That was one of the first technology breakthroughs that they came out with. And currently looking at here, this article is talking about how using your SPG keyless program, you can also adjust the temperature, you can close blinds. So they have thought above and beyond, and they still are. And so that's what will be interesting to see. So the strategic direction of the Aloft Hotel, of course, boils down to the mission, the vision, and the values, and actually some focus points that are also important. But the mission to bring style and convenience to an otherwise Motel 6, pretty much is what they're getting at. Their vision is to shake up the lodging industry. And of course, we have the values, and Aloft basically aims to integrate every single associate towards the overall success of the business and maximize every potential. So that essentially also translates into maximizing the potential of all employees, which is nice. Focus points when building the hotel were design, of course, convenience, grab and go station, which you will see for food, technology, all the advancements, everything from the bottler to voice activated rooms, diversions, those include like the pool table and the game boards that are in the Remix Lounge, and wellness, just as a reminder that we have a pool and we also have the recharge, which is the gym. Loft Hotel, inspired by self-expressors. Do the ultimate introduction breakdown for Aloft. A bold new destination sensation offers something and everything new to the culture-conscious traveler alienated by the cookie-cutter one-size-fits-all experiences. Aloft is a hotel that celebrates the individual and gives you the freedom to control and customize your travel adventure to fit your personal style. It is a place where walls have been knocked down to create a space that is open to design and open to possibilities. a place where energy flows, personalities mingle, and opportunities abound, a place where anything can happen. Aloft is the new twist in travel. Sounds pretty intense, and it's relatively true. And the one pictured actually is the SFO one. Must be a popular one. Mixed lounge, diversions, lots of space. This is exactly what the Aloft at SFO looks like. XYZ bar. This all glows at night. 6 sassy signature cocktails. And of course they have sassy hour. Sassy is one of the key phrases. Center 24 hours, everything refuel, grab and go 24/7. We got light options. We have granola bars at all times, cereal, cup of noodles, drinks, you name it. Our one meeting space. The layout is always set prior to the client's arrival, depending on what they want and what their event order says. We prepare all of that, and there are brand standards as far as where the pillows are set, and there should be a refrigerator over there, but I'll ignore that. Splash, indoor heated pool, awesome. It's really refreshing. Always very nice. It's very sunny. Just a nice area to hang out outside and mingle and socialize during the evening hours. And the room layouts, you know, there's space by design. There's a coffee set in the restroom. They like to point that out, that they have their own coffee set in the restroom. It's something that I think they take pride in, differentiating themselves. Bold industrial touches and, you know, signature plush bedding, art specialty selected for each Aloft hotel, free Wi-Fi, furniture within reach. I mean, it has everything. It's very spacious, it's very open, and the quality is Starwood quality. You can't go to a Best Western and get what Aloft has to offer. Organizational management, unique structure. So we have a general manager, AGM, and our HR, followed by the guest services managers, the director of F&B, and front desk manager. And then we have the talent line, housekeeping, front desk, food and beverage. And these slides just go over some of the specific responsibilities. You know, with the general manager, there's so many, but basically as a leader, she has to direct a leadership style that encourages results-driven, task-oriented collaboration, directed at getting things done quickly, able to handle a great deal of challenge, and be able to understand all the analytics behind the hotel, and then, you know, essentially apply everything from there. That was actually the general assistant manager, but they essentially do the same thing. Our general manager is very new, and as an assistant manager, you literally cut the work in half for the other. You fill a leadership role. You skillfully oversee the hotel's overall operation to achieve planned goals for operational integrity measured by revenue, house profit, and RevPAR index, while maintaining company standards for quality assurance, asset protection, associate satisfaction, and exceeding guests' expectations. There's the assistant supervising managers. They do all that is you can imagine all of a day in the life of, you know, what they go. And then we have F&B and front desk, both very explanatory. The layout of this hotel has a very small number of employees, so it's just easy to divide them up and understand their positions. Business segmentation. So location, primarily suburban areas near airports and internationally. And this is an overall brand initially created to cater toward millennials. However, many business travelers, one-night stays, families are prominent because of economic rates. There is accessibility to a broader market. Taking that psychographic approach, the open-minded and the expressive and the behavioral of the guests enjoy the grab-and-go concept and the modern layout. So essentially, they really are emphasizing the psychographic approach because that approach is going to get children that, are going to be growing up as we go up in a generation, and it's already going to be laid out for them exactly what they wanted. When I first went to a hotel, that it was exactly what I wanted. So they're trying to recreate that experience for everybody. And this is the Aloft service model. It's the foundational part is, having the engineers there ensuring that standard operation procedures are going correctly. And then memorable is personalized and differentiated. So, it's the little things creating emotions to guests and key differentiators that make your brand memorable. And Aloft has been able to do that. And they've been consistent in all aspects of food and beverage and cleanliness, and you can rely on their services. And even the service basics are just respect, be present, empathize. We have some competitors. We went up and down. We went from 4th to 5th to 6th, and now we're back at 4th. The Best Western El Rancho Inn taking first place. Interesting. The Westin actually moved down from us. Here's just some basic overall data for the past few months in regards to overall rating. They don't give it to you, but location, quality, etc., etc. for each hotel. So that kind of gives you an insight. If you look at the averages, this is when we were number 6. So and although we have good ratings, sometimes it can it's not good. Traveler demographics, business, location. We're next to an airport. It's a 10-minute shuttle ride from SFO, and it runs every 15 to 20 minutes. It attracts all Starwood members and especially the meetings and business conferences that occur at the Westin. They have 11 meeting rooms, and Westin can't necessarily hold that many room reservations during those times, so that's where the Aloft actually slips into. Not a large demographic of millennial travelers. There's not much to do by the airport except Aloft Live, which has happened before, but otherwise it's a difficult place for millennials to get. So that's why business travelers, which kind of makes things a little bit different within the operation of the hotel. But this is the basic idea that our hotel is using, and all other Alofts, of this psychographic approach. And basically they understand that they're seeking, like a boutique hotel, they're seeking things that they can use with social media and immerse themselves in new experiences. So 85% of millennials check multiple sites before booking their travel to get the best deal. They will post experiences on social media. 97% will post while traveling. 75% will post once a day. I mean, it's insane that it's so popular. It's been so popular to use social media as an asset for travel because it's a way of word of mouth. And of course, 68% will remain loyal to the program that offers them the most reward. Rise in demand for select service. So this is a select service hotel by default. In-room amenities, however, can match the levels found in full-service hotels. Commercial demand has grown amongst select service since 2007 because money's tight. And to continue to increase this competitive advantage, they wanted to offer all of these new in-room amenities and create this different look and different perspective on what a hotel could be. And the definitions below: boutique, lifestyle, limited service, soft service. There's a constant: what makes boutique, what makes it not boutique, what makes it a lifestyle hotel. And in most cases, gaining a competitive edge will be reflected through brand loyalty by guests, which in default is how Starwood always remains reliable to their guests, and the guests are always reliable as well. What is not boutique? Like low tech, bland, mainstream, simple, boring words. What is boutique? Unique, trendy, hip, cool, inspiring, passionate, you name it. Respect franchise products that are adapted to reflect current trends. That is where Aloft falls under. Boutique hotels we just spoken of, and soft brands are individualized hotels that gives owner and operators the opportunity to affiliate with a major chain. There's there's a good portion out there, but needless to say, this is with lifestyle hotels, like one of the first ones listed, Aloft. There's La Meridian, Hotel Indigo. Boutique hotels can be considered as the Mandarin, and then like soft brands, even the Luxury Collection by Starwood. So they're redefining the segment of select service. They don't want to be select service. They want to be specialty select service or focused service, delivering the right level of service to the customer. And so with this innovative style combined with programs and services that reflect the traveler's lifestyle, this is something that they really captured and is going to be really successful because of the psychological approach and redefining the segment stylistically by revamping the stagnant select service with stylish accommodations for both business travelers and leisure travelers. And Aloft is future proof of technology innovations and travel. As Marriott's tech forward incubator, the brand was built with a forward thinking lens and infrastructure to experiment with emerging technologies designed to enhance guest experience. From bottler to emoji, it's room service to live at Aloft Hotel's forward-thinking initiatives in music design and technology has made Aloft has a must-have brand for a category of traveler yet to be born. This is what I meant by younger kids growing up and seeing what hotels are like. They don't even know that we're planning on hotels for them. So some critical success factors and issues. TripAdvisor, we follow that religiously. It's an engine that's great, but you also have to follow a platform to track your guest satisfaction. And we also have GSS survey scores, another good tool. However, the validity is often skewed with if an unhappy guest is only unhappy because the sink had an issue for like 5 minutes, the guests will tend to put circle a 1 for the guest satisfaction survey, and we have a lot of people fill these out. However, last year, to put it in perspective, we had 80% occupancy, best measure of success. quoted my HR manager, and she said we're getting there as it is. So regardless if these scores and reviews are, showing anything that is negative, the company is still profiting. So, there really are no specific issues aside from like airport noise and, oh, like I got one towel, I didn't get enough towels. Um, and then, guest expectations. A lot of the older generation doesn't understand the brand, and that's kind of what the concept is. And so, TripAdvisor ratings of the complaints, of all the TripAdvisor reviews, 70% of complaints are just basically like based on amenities offered and overall design. They don't talk about the service, and if they do, they often skew the story. TripAdvisor reviews, reading and replying to reviews. That was my job duty, and so I got to go back to reading 700 TripAdvisor reviews and realize there's so many outliers. I mean, the reasoning behind so many of the comments that I had read through and wrote down and categorized is some are probably 200 are difficult to understand in terms of grammar, but needless to say, there are some outliers that cause our score to go down. Engaging with guests post delivery of the welcome letter, GSS scores, they're again outliers, and I always am going to consider this that 20 to 35-year-old millennials and Generation Y are replacing the baby boomers in the travel population. It is what it is. And like I said at the bottom, people review hotels when they've had a bad experience. It is also very true. Lost positioning. We went up to 4 on TripAdvisor. Honestly, there was not much strategy changed or nothing was implemented that would have, boosted our scores. It's almost a game of up and down. My as recommendations, not one in particular. As reviews, ratings, and through observation, the issue is identified as the lack of understanding of the lifestyle brand. It's the adults that don't understand the brand, and using mobile devices for surveys and partial confidentiality. The occupancy rate is pretty perfect compared to last year. So after collecting that data, that went to show that we're doing well. Sensory experience gives a competitive edge, and as well as a pricing advantage in the quality accommodations. I mean, over and over again that's emphasized, but it's so true. It's really just, we're going to see so many hotels in the future like this. It's a short-term issue affecting ratings. Millennials are a large part of the demographic, as well as the open-minded business travelers. These two segments do not make up all the target market demographics yet. So, we'll have a lot of unhappy adults and families who, weren't seeking such a sassy resort as this, but times. And that is the end of my slideshow.